seagulls will follow you. The boys in the old Brighton blue.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Network Save, where Rob and I are battling away to see who is the better manager. So, since our last incredible result, the 3-0 victory at home over Rob, we have had a great run of form. It's been pretty darn good. The friendlies in there make it look better than it is. But after that Crystal Palace game, we followed that up with a very nervy 3-2 away win at Southampton. Mitrovic getting 2 goals, Madueke also grabbing a goal. That set us off for the winter break in a positive mood. We then came back from the winter break where we won some terrible pointless cup, and we also beat Celtic 4-1, and then we followed that up by beating Everton 4-1. We had McAllister, Basuma and Kair getting in on the goals, so pretty over the moon with that. We then followed that up with a 2-0 defeat to City. It's City, I don't know, it's what I expected to happen, so not too bothered about that. But we managed to get a 2-2 with Tottenham, who have struggled in this save, and we've managed to beat them at times. So I was hoping to try and win the game, and I feel we weren't that great in the game either, so a 2-2, we'll take it. We then played Liverpool in the Cup, and it's Liverpool, so we lost that. And then we could focus on our good run of games. We started off with a 1-0 win over Aston Villa. It's Jan Thielmann with the goal, the young 20-year-old German striker who for some reason is now not developing. Hopefully he can start developing more, because we need more goals. Our strikers haven't really been doing too great this season. We then fell apart. We had a 3-3 result against Sheffield United, who I believe are bottom of the table. They've hardly beaten any. They've won one game, and frustratingly, they managed to get a 3-3 draw. Ryan Brewster was just unstoppable for some reason. We couldn't do a thing. So frustrating 3-3 result there. We then followed that up with a 2 back to winning ways, 2-1 against West Ham. They couldn't get revenge after the opening game of the season where we beat them 3-0. Basuma and Adley getting on the score sheet. It's good that the midfielders are chipping in with goals, because the strikers aren't pulling their weight. Then we played against Chelsea. Lewis Dunk salvaging a point for us in the 64th minute. And most recently, we have played Bournemouth, in which we won 4-2. Mopé finally getting a goal, Kamara getting 2 goals and a own goal. But that concludes the end of January, which means we've had a January transfer window. And of course, we have made signings in this window. So I am going to give you some updates on those signings right now. One big bit of news was we received it was 60 million up front, 20 million in installments bid for Basuma. And to be honest, I was willing to take it, and I did accept it, and we kept delaying it because I wanted to find a replacement who I could get for maybe even that amount of money. I went in for crazy things. I even went for Declan Rice, but they just would not accept a bid. But I could not find someone who was at almost or equal to or better than Basuma for reasonable money. And because of that reason, I decided to cancel the transfer on deadline day. Basuma wasn't happy. I told him he's a leader in the squad, and he actually cheered up. He was fine about it, so that was a surprise. Our first signing was a young striker we brought in, a 19-year-old Croatian who seems to have plenty of potential. He's not bad. These mentals do need a bit of improving. I was hoping to get him in and send him out on loan so he can start developing, but I've been struggling to send anyone out on loan at the moment. But physically there, his technicals aren't bad. Hopefully you can get that finishing up. But those mentals really need some improvement. The composure, concentration, and decisions are not good enough. So hopefully we can work on those. But 1.5 million in from Salzburg. I think that's a cracking little deal there. Hopefully we'll at least get a profit. Next up, we have signed Arsene Sakarian, the Russian 19-year-old wonder kid who has come in. Annoyingly, this still actually fell through at one point, and then I went back in for him. But 52k a week I wasn't happy about, but the amount of money we could get him for, we got him for 11.5 million from Moscow. I thought this is a young player who's going to keep developing, and we will definitely make a profit on him. Also, I want to tweak my tactic and start playing someone on the left or the right. He can also cover those positions. I am working on improving his crossing as well as the shadow striker role, so hopefully he could be a good addition. And finally, maybe surprisingly, I have signed Craig Dawson from West Ham. 32-year-old coming for 1.3 million, but technically he is there. Mentally he is there. It's just the pace that's bad. But I just wanted a little bit of backup in those centre back positions, because Kair, the 19-year-old's not really ready to play, and other than Lewis Dunk, Webster, and Kamara, we've only got Kair. So I thought if we get a couple of injuries, it could get scary. He's on, I think, 24.5k a week. So I was happy just to get him in to be a bit of a backup, maybe a good role model for the younger lads at the club. On the out, Sarmiento's got out on loan. Trossard has gone out for 6 million to Fiorentina. I could not get him to sign a new deal. They signed him on a pre-contract, and the most I could get out of him to go immediately was 6 million. But Trossard had a really good end to the season last season. He really picked up in his last few games and ending with 9 goals and assists. Hopefully, I'm ashamed we couldn't get him on a contract and sell him for more, but hopefully we have got the quality in the squad to replace him. So, our next game now is against Newcastle, who have been spending money on their squad, but do find themselves 19th in the league. But I have struggled against Newcastle, so who knows what's going to happen. But let's go and get this lineup ready for Newcastle. So here is our lineup for today. Mitrovic is out injured. A few other players missing, not really key players, but due to form and tweaking the formation, we have ended up with this lineup. So Philbin and Mopé up top. We have Madueke now playing on the inside forward on the right. This formation is a sort of a mix between the old Brighton formation and my Icelandic formation. I really wanted to try and get some more influence on the wing without taking away a second striker. So I've combined my Icelandic tactic with my Brighton tactic. We've got the wing back on one side, push forward with the defensive midfielder on that side, who will hopefully solidify things a bit more. Then Lamptey has got Madueke in front of him. We've still got the Mazzala of Adley moving forward to hopefully fill that space with Lodi, and McAllister's going back and forth, and we have the strikers up top. So hopefully it's not going to leave ourselves too open. It's working in Iceland with Throtter Rajkovic, but in the Premier League is a different story with a different level of opposition. But let's get into the game against Newcastle. Right, we try to pump up the lads. Let's get out there and show Newcastle what we can do. We're at home. We've struggled against Newcastle with some of the quality signings they've made, but they have had a really tough time in the Premier League so far, finding themselves 19th despite all of that money. They're not managing to pull off a Man City and buy success. Hopefully we can get the 3 points and show them the right way to do it. I guess this is an actual highlight. So it's Newcastle with the ball, building up from the back. We've got Mopé as our pressing forward. Hopefully he can put them under pressure as they try and move forward. Basuma intercepts. Mopé finds Madueke through to Philbin. Mopé, it's a goal. It's a bit of a pinball. The ball's flinging about all over the place. Some tackles maybe falling favourably to us. But it's nice to see Philbin and Mopé both involved in the goal. Basuma gets a good interception. That's Mopé, finds Madueke, and then Philbin's shot is blocked, but Mopé finishes. But that build-up, we showed how this tactic can overload pockets of the pitch at once, and I feel that helps us win the ball back there. So I do think the changes from the previous tactic really helps in that goal. On the opposite flank, we may be a bit more open, and depending on which players are available and who we're playing, we might swap which side we're more attacking in. But what a great start to the game. But now Newcastle have their chance. And they're on that side I'm talking about, that we're a bit more weaker. St. Maximin is a dangerous player. But we managed to win the ball back. And we've hoofed the ball forward. And Madueke's got it. And he is breaking forward now on this right side. Players bursting into the box. Adley there. No, Thilman gets the ball though. Can we get a second goal already? McAllister. Madueke. Mopé. He can't do what he just did. Karius is a goal. Ooh, we know we've all seen what Karius can do in big important games, so hopefully we can force him into a few mistakes during this game. And we have another highlight now, and it's Basuma in the centre of the pitch. He's got over the fact he couldn't go to Arsenal. And Moplay, it's almost set through Madueke, but he can't get it in. Good save by Karius. I mocked him a little bit there, but it was a good save. Kamara can't get the goal. But very positive start by the lads. Look at that. 7 shots, 4 on target to Newcastle's none. And we have got another corner highlight galore in the opening 10 minutes. McAllister in. Dunk. Ooh, that was dangerous. And we get another corner. Where's this one going to go? Can we finally score? What, 3 corners now? Thielman manages to get the loose ball. Adley finds Madueke. Come on. It's not going to be another corner, is it? No. Okay. Good start. Right, 6 minutes later we have a highlight. Lamptey finding Kamara, I guess, as he brings the ball forward now. Look at all those players forward. Lots of options, but Madueke is in. Oh, good save by Karius. We're looking dangerous. I like this formation tweak. The players are starting to get more familiar with it. And boo, can we get a corner goal this time? No, we can't. But McAllister's there. The attack is not over. This has been a very good season so far. We need to keep this up. We can't start losing points against teams struggling down the bottom anymore. This is a different story this season compared to last. Oh, we can see Rob is 2-0 down to Wolves. Wolves who kept him in the Premier League last season. But they're getting their 3 points today, it looks like. Ooh, Newcastle almost getting a good chance from the corner there. Chris Smalling deflected. Lodi can't clear to anybody. As we approach half time, all the action happened in the first 10 minutes. We had 14 shots. We have another chance before half time, but really nothing has happened in the rest of the half. This Newcastle team, completely different from the Newcastle from the start of Football Manager. They've really got a lot of players and they just aren't settling in. They're not clicking. But can we grab a second goal now? Oh, before half time, no we can't. It's still dangerous. They're still in this. Look at that. Any of the, other than St. Maximin, I don't think any of these players are at Newcastle at the start of the save. And a year and a half later, that's that much change. But we go into half time. We'll tell the lads we've had a lot of shots. We're happy, but we really need to grab that second goal now. We can't. Look at this, 16 goals, 10 shots on target to their 1. If we do not get all 3 points now, we've really, really bugged up not taking our chances. Right, first proper highlight of the second half. It's Thielman on this left side. Lodi finds Thielman. Can he draw the ball across? Mopé gets his second. It looks like he's starting to score goals again. I was worried about the strikers and their contribution to the team. I think Mopé had 5, Thielman had 5, and that was it, really. Not a lot from outside the pitch. Sesko hasn't got many. Mitrovic hasn't got many. But this game is giving me confidence that Mopé and Thielman may be the two to start grabbing the goals. Right, 58th minute, and Newcastle, what a waste. They just hooved the ball forward to Dunk, giving it back to us. I don't know what's happening in Newcastle, but Madueke is looking to find the ball. Can we grab the third? It's building up. Look at all those players build forward. Oh, good shot by Adley, and he manages to get a corner. This tactic is flooding players forward. We're looking dangerous. McAllister whips it in. Is one of the defenders going to get a goal now? Not quite. Very positive. 20 shots, 30 on target, 2.3 xG. We have dominated. Yet they've had more the possession, oddly. So we've just made some changes. Caceres is coming on. He's going to play the defensive midfield role while Basuma gets that box-to-box role. Yadley's rating was quite low. And then we brought Sesko on for Thielman just because I want him to develop. And I'd love for him to get some goals. Hopefully I've not done that too early, winning 2-0. Hopefully they don't get back into it. If they get back into this game now, I would be so disappointed in the lads. Final change, Stiller's on for Basuma now. Keeping him fresh. We've got a lot of games coming up actually, I think. We're playing in 3-4 days time and then 3-4 days time again. So I want to keep those key players fit. Time is just flying by now. We'll praise the lads. I'd like to grab a third if we can, but nothing seems to be happening in the second half, despite all of the chances. Not a lot is coming up as a highlight. Final few minutes now. I'm going attacking because I'm a fool, but we're probably just about to see the game out. Will we have one more chance on the attacking mentality? Am I going to give the game away and give Newcastle way back in? No, doesn't look like it. That's the end of the... Oh, no. With a minute and a half to go, can we grab a third goal in here? Madueke, McAllister. Oh, I thought that would... Oh, no. I didn't mean to go attacking. I was cocky. I'm sorry. Oh, if you've got yourself sent off, Dunk, you're a fool. Booking. Now, we have a lot of players that are one-off suspension, so that could be Dunk out for the next game. That free kick was taken terribly quickly, but nothing to come from it. The same highlight continues, though. Can we bring the ball forward, or is it just an ending highlight? Oh, what Kamara, what was the point of that? Looks like we're going to end the game here. Stats-wise, though, we have dominated. I would have liked to have seen more chances and maybe another goal to really show the dominance that we had. But 2-0 win over Newcastle. A happy display. Strikers on the score sheet and getting the assists. Over the moon. Let's go see how Rob got on. Okay, that victory puts us 5th in the table. Only 5 points behind Arsenal, but they do have a game in hand, so that top 4 could really be pushing away from the rest. We have a game in hand over Leicester, though. And City have a game in hand on us. City are down in 7th, blimey. It's a very interesting table. How the top 4 are pushed off and the fight for Europa League down here. Rob struggling again this season. He really had confidence going into the season, the poor boy. But let's go here for Rob and see how he's doing.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like I had some bad luck in that game, to be honest. First like 20 minutes of the game or something, they had 2 corners and scored 2 goals from 2 corners, which is just ridiculous. And then after that, this didn't really threaten the goal at all, really. We had like a ton of chances. We had like not as much XG as Wolves, but I would say based on the match engine, we had the more clear-cut chances. My players just don't seem to shoot at the most opportune times, which is irritating me. Konsai Chow, whatever his name is, he got his first goal. However, my backup right back and my right back both got injured in the same game. So that's fucking great. Fucking Pedersen's out for like 3 weeks now, and Gilberto's out for a week. I mean, I've got Nathaniel Klein, luckily, I guess.
Oh,
but
that's true. Yeah, he's not too bad.
I mean, he's played like 2 sub appearances all season, so not great.
And his average rate is 5.9. He's not had a good time.
I mean, to be honest, I think the things that is really fucking me up at the moment is my first year's goalkeeper has been out for like 6 weeks, which coincides with when I've conceded all these goals and lost all these matches, and he's still out for another 2 weeks. So that's fucking grand. But do we have an international break? No, we do not. So the pain goes on really at that point.
I mean, your second choice keeper is a lot better than Jason Steele was, but yeah, that's the same problem I had last season when I lost Sanchez and Jason Steele was just not good enough.
Well, the thing is, obviously, he's come in Navisticos, and he's conceded a lot of goals, but I'm not going to blame it on him because there's been other issues. But do I put Jack Butland in goal? Do I?
Oh,
Even though he's leaving, I don't know.
I've just seen in 5 appearances he's conceded 20 goals.
Yeah.
Wow, that's 4 goals a game.
That's
crazy.
I just don't know what's going on.
I think really, and it can't come as too big a surprise, is that you have signed so many first-team players in such a small amount of time. It's just might take some time for it to click.
Yeah, I mean, they showed some good signs in the second half. I'm hoping. Obviously, I put a brand new tactic on for that match, so I'm hoping that it just takes a couple of games to click. But it. I mean, the gravity crocodile of relegation is on me at the moment.
Yeah, I can see you're about where you were, sort of. Oh yeah, it's
But
only 3
I didn't.
points.
I didn't change. I didn't change my expectation. It's still fight bravely against relegation. So I
Yeah.
think I can. I think I can go through. I've. I'm confident that things will improve.
Well, it needs to, because it's going to get lonely for me up top, Rob, and very lonely going all
Well,
around
I mean,
Europe. And I got no one to talk to about it.
I'm going to be honest. You could crumble. I mean, you could crumble.
What, crumble in Europe or crumble the second half of the season?
Second half of the season. I mean,
Uh,
anything can happen.
it could. I mean, this was about the point last season where I turned it around, so who knows? Let's take
What
a
was
look at.
your result anyway?
Oh, I'm really surprised. Newcastle are 19th. Somehow after spending the money that they've spent. I've always, struggled reasonably against Newcastle, but I got a very dominant 2-0 win. I don't know how it wasn't more, the amount of chances we had. But finally, Neil Maupay scored 2 and both set up by another striker. So, yeah, it was really positive.
Yeah, they only had 2 shots on target. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I had a crazy number of shots. It was ridiculous. But not a lot of highlights, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm surprised Newcastle find themselves down there, which is dangerous for you, because if they start turning it around, there's not many teams left below you.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Mm. Right, what have we got coming up? We we play each other in April, so we might have an episode, and then we'll play against each other.
Maybe do Aston Villa. March, first game of March.
Let's go with March. Yeah, I've got Leeds. I've got
Yeah.
West Brom beforehand. Might even do a double
What's
header,
that?
maybe then. If I
Saturday.
can sneak it in.
Saturday, is it?
Yep, both Saturdays. All
Yeah.
right, well, we'll see how this next run of games go, and maybe Rob will turn things around before he has to face another humiliation against me. But yeah.
On that basis, I'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
See you later, Lloyd.